Hey, welcome back. So if you've been following the channel, then you might know that I'm planning to sell my own custom designed guitar effects pedals very soon, within a few weeks. Or more specifically, I'll be selling the PCBs for them, at least at first. But anyway, the first design I showed on the channel was the Parallel Overdrive. And the theme behind this one is having two distinct overdrive channels that are combined together in parallel, and it gives an endless amount of variations and options in order to sculpt your tone. And the purpose of combining two channels is to get a very rich and unique tone. And overall, I was very happy with the results when the channels were mixed. But one comment I received on that video was, I believe, from a user named Cal Holly. And he said that he was hoping that each channel would have a more distinct voice, that they sounded similar. And I do agree with that comment. And I agreed with it so much that I actually went out and tried to refine the circuit and make both channels more distinct. Now again, like I said, I was very happy with the original circuit when both channels were mixed, but yeah, each channel could have more of a personality, and that was the main driving factor behind this new circuit. So now I would describe the red channel and the blue channel as, well, they already were amp-like at the beginning, but now each one is voiced after two very distinct types of amps. The red channel is now voiced after an American style amp, while the blue channel is voiced after British style amps. And basically what that means is the red channel has more of a scooped Fendery sound, and when you crank up the gain, then of course it's gonna sound a lot like a Mesa Boogie, since the Mesa amps were modeled after Fenders, just, you know, on steroids with a ton of gain. And the blue channel is voiced after British style amps, which are known to have more of a mid hump, or, you know, they're more mid focused and they can cut through, as opposed to the American style Fender amps, which are scooped, and those are described as having more of a hi-fi sound. But yeah, it's kind of an accident of how I stumbled across these two designs, because when I went in to refine the original channels, of course I did have somewhat of a plan, you know, try this, try that, but I also experimented and just tried things that, you know, I wasn't sure what would happen. And that experimentation really is what landed me at these new circuits. I didn't go, you know, set out thinking, oh, I want the red channel to be an American style and blue channel to be British voice. It just kind of happened, you know, from experimentation. And you know, I think this is truly something special. So what I'll be doing today is kind of comparing the old circuit to the new circuit, but I'll be doing it completely dry through a DI. So let's switch over. So I'm gonna point the camera at the pedal board so you can see me, you know, going back and forth between the two. And yeah, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with the new circuit and how each channel really does have that American versus British voice. So, all right, let's check it out. All right, so I'm gonna try something a little bit different this time. Instead of playing the pedals through an amp like you normally would, I'm gonna be plugging these straight into a DI so we can hear how they sound by themselves. And the reason for this is because when you hear pedals on YouTube, you're hearing the entire rig, not just the pedal. And the amp and the speaker can especially have a big impact on the sound. So, you know, if you hear a pedal you like on YouTube and then you buy it and plug it into your rig and you end up not liking it, well, it's probably not so much the pedal itself, but the combination of gear that you're using with. So, yeah, I think there's value for doing pedal demos by themselves through a DI without anything else. But of course, at the end of the video, I'll be playing it through an amp sim as well. But Yeah, let's start out with this. And again, the point is just to do a quick comparison of the tones between the old model and the new model. So, to start out, let's hear the old model's red channel versus the new model's red channel. The purpose of today's video, I just want to do a quick comparison of the bass tone, like, the main tone of each channel. So I'm going to be sticking to 12 o'clock on all the tone knobs. And the level is set so that they're pretty much the same level as how the guitar is without any pedals. So actually, let's start by hearing how the guitar sounds just by itself without anything. So here it is, and I'll be sticking to the bridge pickup for today's video. And okay, the pedal was on. So here's how the guitar sounds without anything. Alright, so that's the bass tone. Now let's hear how the old model sounds with the red channel set on 12 o'clock. Okay, now let's hear the new design. And sorry, this one doesn't have a light, so you don't know when it's on, but yeah, right now it's on, so let's hear that. Okay, let's do a quick back-to-back now. So here's the old design. Here's the new design. Back to the old one. New one. So, to my ears, I feel like the new one is a lot more musical. I feel like the old design is more flat, not as dynamic. So, yeah, well, I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Do you think the new red channel is better than the old one? Well, now let's test the blue channel. So I'll turn the drive down on both of them for the red channel, then turn up the blue channel's drive. Okay. So now let's hear the old design first. And I'll go back to back really quick. Now the new design. Now let's go back and forth again. Old design. New design. So again, I would say the differences are the same as before, where the new design is more dynamic, it's just more musical, nicer, while the old design is more flat. But the other thing I wanted to compare is the difference between the two channels on the new design. Like I said, the new design, now the red channel is voiced after American style amps. So, like Fender or a Mesa Boogie, that really scooped sound. And as opposed to the blue channel now, which has a British sound, which is more mid-range focused. And I think having those two distinct amp voices in a single pedal, that can be a really powerful tool. So not only can you use it as an overdrive pedal to boost, but I think it really sounds like an amp. Like, you can use it. I mean, well, what am I doing today? I'm just plugging it straight into a DI, and it doesn't sound bad. You know, it does sound, it has amp-like qualities. And to kind of drive that point, I wanted to quickly do a quick comparison with another pedal. I also have an OCD on my board. All the knobs are set to noon on the the HP setting. So that's without the filter. So let's hear how that sounds by itself through the DI. Okay, so I'll turn off my pedal. And so let's do a comparison between the OCD and my pedal. So here's the OCD. And here's my pedal on the blue channel. Back to the OCD. So yeah, to my ears, the OCD just sounds really flat. Like there's and muffled, like you know, there's not a lot of bright harmonics, or you know, all of that's being kind of muted and brought down, so it doesn't sound as lively, as opposed to my pedal, which, I mean, it sounds good. It, like I said, this is an amp-like overdrive pedal. Now, the last thing I want to do today is just compare the two channels on the new design. So again, here's the blue channel. And notice how the blue channel has a lot more fizz. You know, that fizziness, I think, contributes to the mid-range focused sound. So now let's go to the red channel. Blue channel again. So yeah, I'd say the red channel has that crispness, or sorry, the crispness that you would find in a Fender amp. And again, it's, I do think that the red channel has that distinct scoop sound that you would expect from an American style amp, versus the blue channel, which is more mid-range focus and more punchy. Let's go back and forth between the channels really quick. I'll try to, see, it's hard to go back and forth because I'm not just pushing a button to go back and forth. I have to turn the knobs down. So I'll try to do this as quick as possible. So here's the red channel. So I don't know, I hope it's not just me and my ears. I hope you guys can also hear that these these voices are, you know, very similar to the American versus British style that you would expect. But anyway, I want to hear what you guys think. Do you agree? Disagree? Are you excited to build one of these for yourself? Like I said, I'll be selling the PCB design. Well, I'll be selling the PCBs for this design and a few other designs in a few weeks. And if you're not familiar with how to build your own pedals, I've also created a full playlist showing everything you need to know to build your own. It's actually not very hard. And with these PCBs, I think it'll be a great way to get introduced into the world of DIY. And of course, you can carry these skills into other things as well, not just guitar gear. But anyway, I'm going to be closing out the video by playing through an amp sim. I'll also be turning on both channels so we can hear how it sounds, with both channels on. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, I've got lots more cool and interesting projects planned, not just for Guitar Gear, but also other electronics, robotics, all sorts of engineering projects. But yeah, I've also got other guitar pedal designs in the works as well. So in a few weeks, I'll be selling this one and two others at first. And yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. And we're going to be doing some really interesting projects in addition to that. So stay tuned. But anyway, yeah, subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you guys next time. And enjoy the little outro I'll be playing.